Welcome to week 5, my 102ers. Honestly, I think this might be a pretty quick one today. Why? Well, by the time you watch this, if any of you actually are watching this, that is, I will officially be, 50. It's my birthday week. I worked very hard last week with all the papers coming in, so I want to relax a little bit. I want a quick video, an easy submission, and an opportunity to sleep. What better way to spend my birthday, right? Oh, and I'm a Star Wars nerd. Don't hate. Anyway, here we are in week 5, a third of the way through the semester, and we are well on our way to solidifying our topics and our ideas. As you can see in this week's announcement, I'm actually starting off this time with the dates that are highlighted. That way people can actually see, hey, this is the announcement, because not everybody knows the week numbers. That's fine. But we have our little blurb here. We have our what we did last week, what we're doing this week, and then basically my plea to watch the video. Here's the video, and then I'm going to have the video chapter listing down here. Of course, you can also watch it in YouTube, whatever you'd like. Material here, preview. This is coming up in a few weeks, the comparative research essay. And here, of course, is the sample that is already uploaded, that I have already linked once. Here's the second time. We'll be reading these two things this week. I'm going to go over them in just a minute. And you have one single assignment, okay? So, that's it. Two quick documents to review, a small organizer to complete. And let's just get started, okay? Anyway, I still want to show you our masterclass schedule. So slide on over here. Click on the button that says 102 Masterclass Schedule. And then scroll all the way down to week number 5. Here we go. Again, we're doing reading your sources and planning your comparative research essay, the 2 documents. And then you're going to submit the Unit 2 selection and comparing author perspectives brainstorming worksheet. Oh, that's really good. Okay? So, let's start with reading your sources. In reading your sources, it's basically a rehash of something at least I've taught since the beginning of my teaching. And I remember it being taught to me as early as junior high. The 3 stages of reading. It doesn't matter how you remember it. For example, it was always pre-reading, reading, and post-reading for me. But it falls down to a very simple set of ideas. First, I want you to skim over your material to see what jumps out at you. Read the title. Read the author blurb that sometimes appears at the beginning of the article, usually in a smaller italicized font that most everybody ignores. And then notice all the bolding, section headers, inserts, and pretty much anything else that grabs your attention. If you do that, you will have somewhat of an idea of what's coming next. Now, once you get through that, you can ask these questions. What is the topic? What are my opinions on the topic? You can always find a topic from a really good academic title, truthfully. What can I learn about the author and publisher? Again, the author's blurb. Who is the intended audience? Who did this author intend to read this article? It's never everybody. Was this article's was this article written in response to a particular event? It's called exigency. So, did something happen and this author felt that absolute need to write this? Or was it just kind of like off the top of his head, woke up one morning and said, hey, you know what? I'm going to write a paper on bananas. Okay? What textual features help me better understand the articles? Again, bigger font, smaller font, italics, underline, different color font, and so forth. Okay? So, then, you'll definitely want to slow down and really read it. Don't just run your eyes over things and think about other things. Seriously, if you're not soaking it in, you're not reading. If you have to ask yourself, what in God's name did I just read at the end of a page because you were thinking of the upcoming fall television season, or maybe if the Eagles are going to stay on a roll, you might have been moving your eyes, but you weren't necessarily working your brain. This is the time when you need to do both. So this section is where you pay attention. Annotate or take notes. Ask questions. Highlight. Ask questions. Look things up. Ask questions. And, there's one other thing. Oh, right. Ask questions! So, take a look at this. Make sure that you are keeping yourself into the article by asking these questions of yourself. What did I just read? What's going on? Why did the author choose that word? Why did the author use those examples? Okay? What words or references do I need to look up? Do not be lazy. If you are watching this video, there's a really good chance that you're listening to it while playing on your phone. You have a phone in front of you. It is a link to the whole of human knowledge. It's not just Instagram, okay? It's not just pictures and games. Use it to connect, okay? What are the major details here? What are the things that the author needed me to take away from this? What transitions, what words signal a change in the author's direction? What transitions are there? Where does the author introduce alternative viewpoints, counter-arguments, counterpoints? Where can I connect with the text? Where can I agree with it? Where can I disagree with it? Where can I cheer it? Where can I boo it? Okay? It's all about that material. So, the more questions you can ask yourself, the more you will look up. The more you look up, the better you will understand things. Lastly, if you go back over these questions and answer the ones you haven't already answered yet, you will try and make sense of the things that you haven't quite grasped. That's great. These are the 3 stages, because here is where you are now analyzing, you are answering the questions, you are outlining, you are summarizing, you're doing all that wonderful stuff. Okay? And down here, you're going to find an example of what's going to happen in the assignment for the week, but I'm going to go over that in detail. I think we've covered it nicely, don't you? Okay, enough self-aggrandizing. Let's continue. For planning your comparative research essay right here, there are 5 expandable boxes that you can click through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? It's great. They basically show you what path you should take to get things rolling. So remember, your topic needs to be assertive. So you need to know the angle. You need to know the direction. You need to know the initial argument that you want to go through. So you can look through and see these 4 bullet points and read through them. Understand that your unique point of view is going to actually bring your issue to the audience. Then you have to select the relevant background information. Try to figure out exactly what these sources are and why they are what they are. They are this way because they were published by a certain place. They were published in a certain time. They were written by a certain person. We all have biases. We have to figure that part out. Choose evidence to discuss. It doesn't matter if you're talking about facts or statistics, testimony, expert testimony, rhetorical questions, hypotheticals, or analogies. Evidence is important. Without evidence, you have an assertion. An assertion is just a mindless opinion that people might start yelling about, okay? Once you get through that, now you have to figure out how to start to connect your source material to your own ideas, and this is what's called a tie-in. How are we going to explain that source material in our own way to make sure that our articles work together to generate a full picture of our argument? And then finally, synthesize. You've now seen one side. You've now seen another side. Maybe some of you have seen 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. That's great. How are you able to take a little bit from each piece and create a brand new understanding of that topic? So look through all this material here. Let me know if you have any questions, and that will help you greatly. Now, this is not a straight informational paper. Once you remind yourself of that angle, you want to ask yourself one very important question. No, my God, no. It is not Who Let the Dogs Out. You're all way too young to remember this song when it came out, but it was everywhere. I mean everywhere. Movies, cartoons, television shows, commercials, dances, weddings, bar mitzvahs. everywhere. The Baha men were omnipresent. Good Lord on high, you literally could not escape it no matter how hard you tried. No, the question I want you to ask is this. If I were ignorant of the topic, what would I want to know in order to move forward? If you can help your reader get a little experience with your topic, then you can guide them to the ideas that you feel are important. You can show them the evidence that makes the most sense and is relevant to your angle, and you can start to create your own world and let them walk in it. That, my friends, is writing. Okay? Your world building. You'll want your reader to forget about their own daily lives and live and breathe in what you provide for them. I know that sounds creepy and narcissistic, but think about the best books you've ever read. It's almost a letdown when you finish, isn't it? Finally, we only have one assignment for the week. It's a planning document to get you interacting with your two sources for this unit. You need to clearly illustrate the links between the two and how they deal with your topic. So clicking here gets you to here. So the first thing you're going to want to do is click on this link right here to bring up the document. It will look like this beautiful thing. Now there was another template for this that someone else made up, but I hated it. I redid it. It looks like this now. It's beautiful and gorgeous and amazing. I mean, I don't want to brag, but I'm awesome. Regardless, the needs are pretty clear. I don't care about your name because you're going to be submitting it by yourself anyway. So what you're going to do first is you're going to take a look at these examples. There are two different sources that you found for Unit 2. I want you to give me the title, the URL where you found it, the author's name or the author's names, and then the year it was published. Boom, 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 boom. You're going to do that for both of your articles. Article 1 goes here, Article 2 goes here. I don't care which one is 1 and which one is 2. Just be consistent. When you're done that, you're going to go down here and you're going to use a comparative grid. So as you can see, source number 1, which was right here, in defensive binge watching. Hey, look, source number 1 in defensive binge watching. Source number 2, problems caused by binge watching could go even deeper than previously thought. Source number 2, problems caused by binge watching could go even deeper than we previously thought. So what you're going to do is you're going to list off your two sources again by copying this information right here. And then you're going to come up with a minimum of 3 questions that both articles answer in some way. I'm going to say this again very clearly. You need to find 1, 2, 3 questions that both 1, 2 articles answer in some way. Now, granted, one will be for, one will be against. So one of them might answer it positively and the other might answer it negatively. That's fine, but they both have to address it. If only one article addresses it and the other does not, lose the second article, find another one, and then come up with new questions, okay? Once you do, you'll answer the questions, 1, 2, 3, by giving information, aka evidence or proof or testimony or facts or statistics or hypotheticals or rhetorical questions or analogies, and you're going to put them in here. You can see here we have direct quotes, and you're even going to have your in-text citation showing that we took this information from paragraphs 7 and 8, this one from paragraph 4, this one from paragraph 10, this one from paragraph 9, this one from paragraphs 25 and 26, and so forth and so on. You're going to find this information. You're going to answer these 3 questions, 1, 2, 3, in both articles, 1, 2, in this box and this box, this box and this box, this box and this box. Scroll down and you will see a blank document. You will put your URL, title, and author in here with the date, 1 and 2. This should match up with 1 and 2 here. You will then come up with a minimum of 3 questions. Maybe some of you want to answer 4 questions. Great! If you want to answer 5 questions, go for it. Whatever you want. But I want at least 3. You'll write the questions here, and then you will give the information here. That is the homework for the week, my friends. That's it. No problems, okay? I want you to think about both sides of your argument and how they really aren't as far apart as you may think they are. The next step, which we will tackle next week, you'll be creating new ideas from these concepts. That's synthesis, friends. So remember the Lego talk we had last week? Excellent. You do care. That's so sweet. And that's it. It's good. It's through the uprights. We're done for the week. Hopefully you're doing your work before Sunday. I mean, when this drops, you have 7 days, which is 168 hours. Well, technically 167 hours, 58 minutes, and 59 seconds. So get it done early. Otherwise, you'll be missing on all sorts of weekly fun. Have a great week. Under 16 minutes. See ya.